All right, so this is another thing I've heard about your fast food tier ranking.
All right, now we're getting into it.
And this podcast is known for beating a dead McDonald's horse.
Yes.
We will not stop until McDonald's sponsors an episode. We will not stop.
Is that y'all's white whale?
Yes, it is. It's our
Dude,
great
it's the
white
damn
whale.
megalodon for us, bruh.
Yeah, ours is Mountain Dew. We'd love for Mountain Dew to sponsor the podcast at some
Are you
point.
a regular Dew or Diet Dew guy?
So I'm a Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. That's the best iteration.
Is there a difference in Diet Mountain Dew and Zero Sugar?
Yeah, Zero Sugar is vastly superior.
Okay, well,
the taste is much. Now, Diet Mountain Dew's fine, but if you want something that's approximating regular Mountain Dew without all the sugar, that's the Zero Sugars.
Let's get into the fast food tier ranking.
Let's
Do it.
I just want to know, because you said this is a very specific ranking.
That's right.
What do you consider fast food?
Okay.
And why is your list the way it is?
So fast food, I would say if you're traditionally getting it from a drive-through window, that falls under the very broad umbrella. Now, there is obviously fast casual, places like Qdoba. Now, typically, just for the sake of conversation, I will fold that in when I'm having this conversation with folks. But we're not talking about sit-down restaurants, places like O'Charlie's or Red Lobster, Olive Garden. That's a totally different discussion.
Just because you can get it to go, guys, does not mean it's fast food.
It's not fast food.
It's not the same.
If you can't pull up to a window and get it right then, it's not fast food. So places like Corner Bakery, they have a drive-through. They're in that sort of fast casual mix. So if you want to fold them in, you can. If you want to be a purist and just say those more fast casual places, like I'd be fine sitting in and eating at a Qdoba or a Corner Bakery. I'm probably never going to sit in a Chick-fil-A or McDonald's, dining room. I'm always going to get that to go. So that's a little bit how I make that distinction.
You ain't got enough kids yet to Chick-fil-A.
That's true. Yeah, PAX isn't playing at the playground yet.
So, well, the playground's closed.
Oh, yeah. I think dining rooms are about... So that kind of further muddies this discussion anyway.
Exactly.
I don't think a lot of fast food places are going to be opening back up their dining room because guess what? Business was a booming this past year.
Absolutely. Let's get into it.
All right.
Let's hear your list.
Okay.
And then, based on what we hear, we may have some questions.
There'll be a lot of swear
What I'm
words.
going to do is lay out the tiers, and then I want to hear you guys I'll start throwing some out, and you all can debate where you would put that based on how the tiers break down. So
works for us.
Let's start with tier 4.
system.
Tier 4 is under no circumstances will you eat at this establishment. Right? Mine is White Castle, Crystal, Long John Silver,
Totally.
Captain D's. I'm just not a fish guy.
Bruh,
So
okay, hold on.
Okay, hold on.
Started.
We gotta get through all the tiers
My
first. So
bad.
tier 4, no circumstances will you eat there. No. If somebody's like, hey, you want to go to lunch there? No. I'd rather just eat vending machine food. So tier 3, this is you will eat there, but only if someone else is paying. Now this can break down a couple ways. This could be I'm probably not going to go there and spend my own money just because it's not that good. Or it can be, this is more for sit-down places like Outback Steakhouse. I love Outback, but it's expensive. So I'll only go there if I have a gift card. That technically makes it tier 3 because I'm only going there when I have someone else's money, right? So that's tier 3. You will eat there, but only if someone else is footing the bill.
Okay.
Tier 2. These are your, what you would say, regular rotation. I haven't had that place in a while. Let me go check it out. But the key difference between it and tier 3, you will pay your own money to eat there. Right? But you're not eating there every single week type of place.
Right.
So tier 1, this is essentially your Mount Rushmore. The way I like to describe this to folks, you will go out of your way. You will drive off the exit on a road trip and go 5 miles down the road to eat this place.
Wow. Okay.
So typically most people have 3 to 5 tier 1 fast food establishments.
Yeah.
You're not wrong if you have more, but typically that's how most people it breaks down.
Josh is actually a psychologist and sociologist is what we're starting to learn.
Okay.
This is my thesis.
Yeah, exactly.
So, do you have a definitive list, though?
I do, and it has changed a little bit here recently. And I would say, Chick-fil-A is tier 1, number 1 for me. Has been for a long, long time. Qdoba, again, I'm kind of folding in some of these fast casual places just because it gives us more to talk about. But Qdoba is tier 1 as well. And that's really about it. Now you have to consider everything: breakfast, drinks, desserts. It all kind of folds in there. But that's where I'm holding right now on tier 1 is Chick-fil-A and Qdoba.
I think everybody in this room is Chick-fil-A.
Yeah,
Chick-fil-A
Chick-fil-A,
is tier 1. So let me start throwing out some options here, because one that you all have mentioned several times, McDonald's.
For me, based on the tier rankings, I'm going it's number 2.
Tier 2. That makes sense.
And the reason it's 2 is that, number 1, I'm not getting off the exit going 5 miles because it's off every exit within 30 yards.
Yeah, that's true.
And would you pass McDonald's up if a Chick-fil-A was sitting there?
Unless the line at Chick-fil-A was exponentially longer, I'm going to go to Chick-fil-A.
It doesn't matter because, I mean, Chick-fil-A, they're getting you through in like 10 minutes, even if there's
It's a good
200
point.
cars
It's
in
a
line.
good point.
The biggest thing I love McDonald's.
Yes.
I don't go out of my way to get it because what I like there is detrimental to my health.
That's right. And that's what you have to consider as you get older is like, am I going to feel like trash? That's why a lot of stuff has moved out of my tier 1 is because, like, I'll give you all another example. I guess it's technically like high tier 2 because I don't eat it that often, like Five Guys.
Like tier 1.5.
Yeah, it's tier 1.5, right?
See, Five Guys is great.
Right?
But
Do you eat there on the reg?
no.
See, that's high tier 2 then.
The problem with Five Guys is, like you're saying, arguably to me, one of the best fast food burgers.
Oh, it is. I think it is the best.
But the calories for
know.
one burger,
Yeah.
and then
You get the fries.
you got to get the Cajun fries.
You got to get the cup of fries, and they're dumping the fries in there, so you get double the fries.
When it comes to bang for your buck, Five Guys is as good as it gets, though.
It is a big buck that you have to bang, though. I mean, you're going in there and you're
So
dropping
much buck
about
banging.
25, 30 bucks for like a meal for 2.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
it is pricey, but I never leave there like, oh man, I don't feel like I got my money's worth.
Fair.
So
Fair.
that's what I would say. Even though Five Guys a little more expensive, definitely worth it. But it's flirting with that tier 1 status for me.
So for me, the instant like tier 3, which is you would go, but somebody has to pay. That one is an interesting concept
That is
for
it,
me.
yeah.
Like Arby's. Arby's is a great example for
No,
me.
see, for me, Arby's is 2, maybe 1.
Really?
I
Okay.
love a roast beef sandwich.
Okay, let's
Sonic is a tier 3 for
Okay,
me.
this is one that's Allie's. That's an Allie's tier 1. She loves their tots. She loves their drinks. And
I
their
do like their
burgers.
cheddar peppers,
right?
but I don't go out of the way.
Yeah, so Sonic is it's a tier 2. It's a low tier 2 for me. Wendy's is a tier 2,
Yeah.
probably a high tier
That's a
2.
3.
Burger King, probably tier 4.
That's a
I'm
4.
probably not eating Burger
It's
King.
good. I just don't ever think about it.
Yeah.
and
That's
it's
a good
not.
point.
It's not a fault. I think of Burger King. It's just growing up. That's not where my family went.
If you had to encompass everything, though, what your example of breakfast, lunch, dinner, drinks, desserts,
You got to roll it all in.
I think that there may not be a better spot than Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen's good. Dairy Queen is probably, I mean, I get their blizzards, so I have to say it's a tier 2 because I will spend my own money there.
Their chicken and gravy,
It's
oh my
good. Okay,
God.
yeah, you're convincing me. It's tier 2.
Caveat: are we franchises?
You can't pick some hole in the wall
Some
place.
local.
Yeah,
No,
it's
some
got to
local.
be.
It's gotta be a franchise.
It's got to be a
Like,
franchise.
Brewster's
Brewster's is
local.
No,
You
it is.
work there,
It
though.
is a
That's
franchise.
why, yeah.
But
It is
the
a
thing about
franchise, yeah.
the thing
That's what
about
they
it's
have,
ice
like-
cream. Ice cream's a totally different discussion.
but they're up in the Northeast. They are partnered with Nathan's hot dogs. So
okay.
you can't do. I think this far
See, this
far
is
south
what's
as they
tough.
go is like when you partner with the Nathans. I think as far south as they go is like Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Maybe.
See,
See, then it's like people bring in like In and Out and places
Yeah.
like that. It's like I have no reference.
Yes.
In-N-Out, Shake Shack, all those places are good, but just looking here locally at what we have, here's one when you mentioned breakfast that probably would elevate this place to tier 1 consideration is Bojangles. Close to my house.
a hard pass.
Love me
Yeah.
some Bojangles breakfast.
Hard pass.
I'm not a big fan of the. Well, we were talking about breakfast earlier.
Dunkin', bro.
Dunkin'
Tier
Donuts.
Tier 1, Tier A, Tier S,
Tier
plus
1.
tier.
I'm with you on
For
that.
breakfast?
Yeah, no, just
I can drink their coffee all day long. Their hash browns, the hash rounds, are impeccable.
Yeah, I was going to say. That's a sponsor right there.
Their
Dunkin',
wake up
come get it.
Dunkin', no free ads. Throw us $5.
Yeah, you got it
Or at
splayed
least
across
a
the
free
side of your
coffee or
building now
something.
next to the Med Center that it's Bowling Green's Dunkin' Donuts. Like,
So good.
come sponsor a pod.
Is-
Prove it.
I do like this. I do like this system though. This
Yeah.
tier system is pretty.
When you had
comprehensive.
mentioned that absolutely will not go, you said White Castle Crystal.
Yeah.
And
Captain
then
D's
Captain
and-
D's, Long
How are
John
those
Silver.
places
Long John
still
Silver.
open?
I don't know.
How is Crystal open? Please,
I
somebody
drive
tell
by
me.
there
Actually-
sometimes and I wonder, is anyone working there? Or are people just going in there to just have a cool place with air conditioning to sit on a hot day?
I will say this about Crystal. Their breakfast is better than their lunch and dinner.
Here's something I will say as well, not about Crystal, White Castle. You go there any time of day, line is wrapped around the building.
And why?
I bet if you polled some bowling Greenians, they would say that White Castle would be a surprise tier 1 inclusion for them.
Didn't some famous person come out recently and say that they were like a all White Castle late at night person?
Probably.
I mean,
Bobby asked on our pod, why is White Castle like always like that? And I'm like,
they make everything to order too.
They do, but also they had a 2-movie series that was aimed at stoners. So they've clearly identified their demographic of like, hey, got the late night munchies? Come on over. We're open late.
They're never wrapped around the building at 10 o'clock in the morning. It's always at 9.
10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night. You're not sneaking in there and getting right up to the window for a late night snack. No, sir. You're waiting about 10, 15 minutes to get your food.
I'll tell you one that used to be that I would have considered top tier for me that has now fallen off, and it is a 4 tier for me. Subway.
I was just getting ready to say Subway's trash. Jimmy John's, this is another one that my wife has in tier 1 that I think is just awful.
Jimmy John's?
Yes.
You need to leave our set, please.
It is so basic.
Do you like Which? Which is good.
I haven't had it enough to form an opinion yet.
The problem with Which is you got to go into the gas station to get it.
That's
so
true.
It's kind of like the old school O'Dellies. Remember when we had O'Dellies in the Minute Mart on the bypass or on Cemetery Road, Fairview?
Yep.
Yeah, that thing was popping back
It was.
in the day.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's what most people when you introduce this tier system, they're either going to gravitate toward 4 or 1. It's figuring out this middle part, the tier 2 and the tier 3, that is probably the toughest.
Taco Bell tier 3.
It's low tier 2 for me. That's a great tier 3.
You're not going to pay for your own Taco Bell?
No. Every time I've had Taco Bell, I've had a bad experience.
Well, mainly because of what happens about 90 minutes after you eat it.
It's not the Taco Bell, it's your belly.
It's
your Taco Belly.
That's right.
They used to have Taco Bell on campus.
Oh, gosh.
And
Ate it to death.
Did they?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there was a tournament.
I don't remember that.
So we were, because I played tennis for Western, we were about to travel somewhere, and I had Taco Bell, a chicken quesadilla the night before. That morning is the worst I'd ever felt, and I got on the bus, and this is a bus like
no air.
No air. We had a guy from Germany who did not like body odor. We had 2 Indian guys who also did not like
deodorant.
Deodorant, not
they
odor.
loved body
odor.
odor.
They loved body odor, not deodorant. And so I'm on this white van with like, it was bad. And since then I'm like
one of those old
Taco
school
Bell.
church vans. That's what I'm talking about.
Like a 15-passenger.
Like a 15 passenger with all their tennis
You
shit.
don't want to be on that.
And all these people, and it's just like no. That ruined my.
There is
Taco
no fast food establishment that inspires as much gastrointestinal distress as Taco Bell. So it's going to inspire a wide range of reactions.
Yeah, because you're either like,
I love it.
You're either in the clear with Taco Bell.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I've made it past the point of no return.
Or you're in the brown pretty quick.
You're in Dante's
Inferno.
Yeah, the 7th ring of hell, a gas station bathroom in like Central City, Kentucky.
Yeah, exactly. That hasn't been cleaned in like 6 weeks. And
You're just praying you don't get like.
I'm getting PTSD thinking about
Right?
that. At Central City bathroom. My God, there's probably a warrant for my arrest in Beaver Dam.
Yep. That's what happens. Taco Bell plus gas station bathroom equals warrant for your arrest.
Yeah. Right there.
I will say though with Taco Bell, I'll give them some credit. I have not ever had stomach problems after eating a Doritos Locos taco.
So
that's
maybe
not even top 5 items there.
Maybe Doritos is a tier 1 chip for you.
Ooh, perhaps.
Perhaps. See, that's what's fun. You can spin it so many different directions.
Yeah.
Chips, sodas, ice creams, pizza, sit-down places. Go on and on and on.
Yeah.
It's such a flexible system.
Toothpaste.
It's my greatest masterpiece.
Yeah. Is it?
It is. Truly is.
Is it TM'd? Did you brand it?
Not yet. We're working on it. The patent office is a little backed up right now.
So as long as you submit it, you're fine.
Yeah.